Good morning. Today I will discuss chapter number 3. I have already been discussing chapter number 3. Chapter number 3, 14 rebellions and movements are there. So today we will discuss from chapter number 3, two topics we are going to discuss. Number 1, Santhal rebellion of 1855 and 56, and another topic we will discuss, Pagal, Panthi or Garo revolt period 1825 and 1826. So let us discuss about Santhal rebellion first. I have used, or when you will discuss the Santhal rebellion, a few terms have been used. So the first term, that is Hool. Hool, that first term in Santhal rebellion, that is Hool. Question may be asked to you in MCQ that Hool is related to which rebellion? 4 options will be there. Answer will be Santhal rebellion. Or in 1 marks of question, you may be asked that who was Hool? Or what is Hool? So Hool is a rebellion in Santhali language. Hool means rebellion. Okay, now Damane ko, actually this question also comes. I have seen in model question. The question is, what do you mean by the term Damane ko? Damane ko means the border of the mountain. The border of the mountain. The meaning of the term Damane ko is this. Now listen something about Damane ko. In the year 1832, Santhalis, they used to stay in Cuttack, they used to stay in Dalbhum, they used to stay in Hazaribagh, they used to stay in your Midnapur, Manbhum. In these areas, the Santhali tribal people used to stay there. English, after the establishment of Damane ko in the year 1832, British government or colonial government invited all the Santhali tribals to establish in the area of Damane ko, founded by British government or colonial government in the year 1832. Afterwards, all the Santhali tribal people, they had settled there. But very soon, the misfortune knocked at the door of the Santhali people. Later, we see that what kind of misfortune came? The term I have used here. See, I have used a term. Dikus. In my previous class, I have also discussed about Dikus. Dikus were the outsiders. Question may be asked to you, who was Diku or who were Dikus? Answer is, for 1 marks, Dikus were the outsiders. Outsiders, they were zamindars, they were contractors, they were money lenders who used to oppress the tribal people. So here Dikus had also come in the Damane ko area. Damane ko area, and they were the agents of the British government. And they came to this area to collect the revenue or to establish their economic domination over the Santhali people, over the tribal people. After that, another term is used here, Santhal Pargana. What do you mean by the term Santhal Pargana? Actually, we see that the term Santhal Pargana means that the Santhal Pargana, the Santhal area, is spread from Purulia to foothills of Raj Mahal Hills. The Santhal Pargana is spread from Purulia foothills to the Raj Mahal foothills. Total area of Santhal Pargana was 1366 square miles, and the Santhal Pargana, the area which was occupied by the hills, its measurement was 866 square miles. After that, arable land in Santhal Pargana, what was the area of the arable land? That was 500 square miles. And as per the census of 1851, the total village, the number of the villages were 1437. After that, total population as per the census of 1851, total population of the Santhali was there 82,715. 82,715 population was there in Santhal Pargana. And another term we will use here in Santhal rebellion, that is leaders. Important leaders were there. Two brothers were there, Sidhu and Kanu. Okay, they were two brothers. And Chand and Bhairav, they were also the two brothers who participated very actively in Santhal rebellion. Bir Singh, Kalo Parmanik and Doman Manji. These were the important leaders, but out of them, Sidhu and Kanu were very noteworthy, very noted leaders of Santhal rebellion. After that, we will turn to causes of the Santhal rebellion. Number one, we will see that permanent settlement, introduction of the permanent settlement system. Permanent settlement, I have already discussed about permanent settlement system in details in my previous class. So permanent settlement, when it was introduced, okay, so the Santhali people had to pay the revenue to the zamindars. Okay, so earlier they used to stay peacefully. They were the peace-loving, hard-working people. They had cleared the forest and established in Damaneko. Okay, so but nowadays the land which they occupied, on that land they had to pay the revenue. It was not liked by them and they revolted. Afterwards, number second, high rate of revenue and extortion of sub-revenue. The revenue, actually, I have already discussed about Ijaradari system in my previous class and your permanent settlement system. I've also, if you'll see my previous videos, then you'll come to know the differences between Ijaradari system and permanent settlement system. Anyway, so permanent settlement system, the revenue was fixed, but the agents of the government, zamindars, landlords, contractors, okay, gomastas, sub-zamindars, they used to charge high revenue from the simple-minded people, Santhali people, which they did not tolerate. And another thing, the extortion, and sub-zamindars also extracted, okay, extracted the sub-revenues from the simple-minded Santhals. So, in result, they had raised the standard of the revolt. Afterwards, number 3, if you go to see, exploitation by the money lenders. Here, same heading is there. Money lenders, when the zamindars, gomastas, contractors demanded them revenue, extra revenue, they did not have the money to pay so much. So ultimately they had gone to the money lenders, and money lenders had given them money at a very high rate of interest. Okay, which they could not, come out of that problem, come out of that loan. They could not pay the loan in their whole life. So that also became the cause for the revolt of Santhal. And afterwards, number 4, cheated by foreign shopkeepers. Foreign shopkeepers, I have already told you, dikus. See, I have used here the term dikus. Foreign shopkeepers also comes under the category of dikus. So these foreign shopkeepers, what they used to do, they used to sell the commodities, okay, in very high rate, and the weight which they used to give, it was less. But when the Santhals used to come to sell their crops and all, so less weight and less rate was there, and the cost of the cereals, crops sold by the zamindars, sold by the Santhals, was also rated very low. So that also became the cause for the revolt of Santhal. Afterwards, propagation of Christianity. I don't need to discuss. I have already discussed in my previous class. Actually, it is said that at that time when Santhal rebellion started in the year 1855. Okay, 1855. At that time, there was a Lieutenant Governor of Bengal. His name is Frederick Halliday. Frederick Halliday, I have written here. Frederick Halliday. He was a Lieutenant Governor of Bengal. What he said, that British laws were there. Civil and criminal law existed at that time. And if the Santhalis wanted, they could go and knock at the door of the court when they were oppressed by the zamindars and the coups. Okay, but it was Frederick Halliday, Lieutenant Governor of Bengal. He said that it was very complicated, it was time consuming, and it was very expensive for the illiterate Santhali people. It was not possible for them to go and sue the case against the zamindars, against the oppressive revenue collectors, oppressive contractors. Okay, so it was beyond the imagination for them to go and sue the case. So this also became the cause for the expensive civil and criminal law. Also became the cause for the rebellion of Santhal 1855. Afterwards, how it began? Beginning we will see when the permanent settlement system was introduced. When permanent settlement system was introduced in these areas in Santhal Pargana. Okay, so what happened? That the zamindars of Porahat, they had bought the land on lease, or they had taken the lands on lease of Bakura, of Chota Nagpur, of Hazaribagh, of Manbhum, of Midnapur, these areas. Okay, I've written the name. Yes, Palamu. Okay, Palamu, Chota Nagpur area. When they had bought the land on lease, or when they had accepted the lands on lease. Okay, so the rights of the Santhalis over their land was finished. Okay, now they were entitled to pay the revenue on their own lands. So ultimately what happened, that Santhals became very aggrieved that what is this? Why this injustice? The lands, it belonged to us. Now why these zamindars would be the owner of the land, and we would be only the tenant, or we would remain there as a tenant. Okay, so ultimately what happened, Santhal is on 30th June 1855. Okay, they had assembled in a field. That field is known as Bhagna Dihi field. They assembled in Bhagna Dihi field, and they decided under the leadership of Sidhu and Kanu to start the rebellion. Okay, but the real announcement or proclamation of the Santhali rebellion had taken place on 7th July 1855. On 7th July 1855, under the leadership of Sidhu and Kanu, they proclaimed that Santhal region was their own region. No zamindars, no British government had any right to implement the revenue system there. Okay, ultimately they had also started the rebellion, and the British government had lost their rule from Birbhum to Munger. The British government had lost their power. Okay, and this movement, this Santhali rebellion spread in the region of Birbhum and a few parts of Murshidabad. It spread like wildfire. But very soon, you can see here, very soon, this movement could not continue for a longer time. And in the month of February 1856, this movement was crushed mercilessly. And it is said that 23 Santhali people were killed, and 1400 Santhalis were jailed. Sidhu and Kanu were killed. After that, characteristics. If you go to see the characteristics of the Santhal rebellion, so what characteristics we will see? We will see that there's a historian by the name of Professor Narahari Kaviraj. Professor Narahari Kaviraj, what he said, what he opined regarding the Santhal rebellion, he said that it was the freedom war of common men. Professor Narahari Kabiraj, in his book, he had written that Santhali rebellion was the freedom war of common men. Number one characteristics. Number two, we will see that in recent research, it is disclosed that it was the first armed rebellion against the colonial government. In recent research, it is disclosed that this was the first armed rebellion against the colonial government, against the British government. After that, number three, guerrilla war tactics they had applied. You all know very well. After that, number four, anti-British. It was anti-British in nature. Okay, or in characteristics, it was anti-British. Number five, children and women also participated in the Santhal rebellion. The Santhali children and Santhali women also participated in the Santhal rebellion. And when they were arrested, women had gone to jail with their babies in their arm. They had quoted arrest. Okay, if the question comes that write two characteristics of the Santhal rebellion, you write down any of them. If the question is asked, what were the causes of the Santhal rebellion, for 2 marks, any of the causes of the Santhal rebellion you will write down. I have already discussed. After that, results. I have told you that February 1856, the Santhal rebellion was crushed. It was very mercilessly suppressed, ended. And in results or impacts, we see that British government became aware of the problem faced by the Santhali people. Okay, now next, Forest Act of 1859 was introduced, and according to this Forest Act of 1859, the Santhalis were given the special provision, special rights to use the forest for their resources. Okay, and after that, number three, in impact or result, Santhal Pargana was established, and Santhal Pargana was established for the Santhali people, and English government had allowed the Santhali people of Santhal Pargana, newly established district for the Santhals, to establish or to introduce their own law, the law and order of the Santhali people. Okay, Santhali people. That means, and it is also said that in Santhal Pargana, no outsider would be allowed for three years. For 3 years, except the Christian missionary. Christian missionary could enter there. After that, there's a historian by the name of Suprakash Roy. Suprakash Roy, he said that this Santhal rebellion had shaken the foundation of the British Empire. Had shaken the foundation of the British Empire. These were the results of the Santhal rebellion. Afterwards, in 2017, if you will see the previous year question of Madhyamik Pariksha, then you will see one question in 2017, that why did the Santhal rebel in 1855? This question appeared for 4 marks. This question appeared for 4 marks. Okay, so causes you write down. Causes, as I've already told you, the causes, 4 causes you will discuss. 1 introductory sentence, 4 causes, and 1 concluding sentence you will write down. Okay, so I have discussed all this. So what we have discussed under the Santhal, we discussed about the few terms of Santhal rebellion, causes we discussed, how it began, and we also discussed the characteristics, results, and 1 question appeared in 2017 that we discussed. Now we will discuss Pagal, Panthi or Garo revolt. This revolt, Pagal Panthi revolt or Garo revolt, started in the year 1825 and 27. 1825 to 27, this rebellion started. This question may be asked to you that which revolt is also known as Garo revolt. Option will be given in the MCQ. The option will be the Pagal Panthi, and other 3 options will be there. The right answer will be the Pagal Panthi. Now, 1 term is used here in Pagal Panthi, Garo Hill. Garo Hill. What is? If you will see the book of Kalyan Chaudhary, you will see the term Garo Hill. What is Garo Hill? Garo Hill, actually parts of Garo Kashi range. Parts of Garo Kashi range that is found in Meghalaya in India. This Garo Hill is found in Meghalaya. Garo Hill Garo Hill, parts of Garo Kasho range in Meghalaya Hill, that is Ode. But beside people of Garo Hill came to be known as Garos. Okay, came to be known as Garos. And besides these Garos of Meghalaya, Garos of Assam and Bangladesh, they are also very important. And the Pagal Panthi or Garo revolt of 1825, 26, 27, we will discuss. So we will discuss the Garo revolt of Pagal Panthi of Bangladesh. We will discuss the Garo revolt of 1825 or Pagal Panthi revolt of 1825-27. That is of Bangladesh. Now see, another term is Pagal Panthi. Actually, Pagal Panthi, you all know means crazy, mad. Okay, Panthi means follower. That means Pagal Panthi, they were the ball, they belong to ball section. Ball, you know, ball is a song. Baul is a song. Okay, so they belong to that section who used to beg, singing baul songs and all that. Okay, they were the beggars, they were the mendicants. Okay, after that, it was founded, Pagal Panthi sect was founded by Karim Shah. Karim Shah, or his other name is also Karam Shah. Karam Shah Garo. Karim Shah Garo or Karam Shah Garo. Okay, Karam Shah Garo or Karim Shah Garo. He was a disciple of Manju Shah, who was a leader of Madariya Sufi order. Manju Shah was the leader of Madariya Sufi order, and Karam Shah, Karim Shah was the disciple of Manju Shah. Okay, Manju Shah. After that, it is also said that his wife, the wife of Karam Shah, her name is Chandni Bibi. She was also very influential. If you'll read in details about Pagal Panthi revolt, okay, so you will come to know about the wife of Karam Shah, Chandni Bibi. Okay, she was very influential and very religious lady, and she was very affectionately called Peer Mata, Saint Mother. She was called Peer Mata or Saint Mother. Anyway, Karim Shah died in the year 1813, and Karim Shah, actually we see that Karim Shah, he was a mendicant, he was a beggar who used to beg by singing the baul songs. But they were very religious. So their main focus, the focus of Pagal Panthi, was religious upliftment, and they belonged to Muslim religion. After that, Tipu Shah Garo, he was the son of Karim Shah Garo, of Karam Shah Garo. Okay, Karam Shah Garo, he was a religious minded person, but he had also the political bent of mind, and he used to observe during his father's time that on these simple mendicants, poor beggars, Pagal Panthis, they used to beg and they used to cultivate in the lands. Okay, so these colonial government, or after the establishment of the colonial government in Bengal, we see that British government or colonial government imposed tax on them through the zamindars, but Tipu Shah opposed. That means a transformation from political movement to a religious movement to political movement. It shifted. Okay, Tipu Shah, he was a religious fellow. He wanted to revive the he wanted to rectify correct the people. Okay, as the Islam ideology says, he predicted, or he had asked the people to follow that. But Tipu Shah also molded his mind politically, and he opposed the zamindars who demanded the revenue. And in the year 1825, he captured Sherpur. Sherpur is an important place, okay, of Bangladesh. Sherpur is an important place of Bangladesh, and Sherpur is the center of Pagal Panthi revolt of 1825-27. Okay, and in the year 1825, when he captured Sherpur and proclaimed himself and assumed royal power, and the ideology of Tipu Shah was truthfulness and equality between men and men. His ideology was everyone was equal. There is no differences. There is no inequality between men and men. Okay, this was the ideology of Tipu Shah, the son of Karim Shah, Karam Shah. Causes, if we go to see, we will see unlawful and unbearable tax. Too much tax was implemented on these Pagal Panthis. They did not like it and they opposed it, and that had taken the form of a revolt. Afterwards, number second, the zamindars of Sherpur of Bangladesh, they demanded excessive kharcha, a kind of a revenue, mathat, a kind of a revenue, and abwab by the zamindar. These were kharcha, mathat, and abwab. These were the kinds of revenues demanded by the zamindars from the Pagal Panthis or Garo. Okay. Afterwards, number second we will see, third we will see operation by the zamindars. When the Pagal Panthis, the Garos, could not pay the revenue, ultimately what happened? That the zamindars oppressed the Pagal Panthis, the Garos. Okay, they tortured the Garos or Pagal Panthis. So these were the causes. If the question is asked that what were the causes of the Pagal Panthi or Garo revolt of 1825 to 26, you write on this causes. Afterwards, characteristics, if you go to see, characteristics, we will see that there is a historian by Shendel, what he said, that Pagal Panthi initially it was a religious sect. It was a religious sect. Garo was a religious sect. But later on, because of the operation by the colonial government or by the agents of the colonial government, who were the zamindars and all, when they tortured the Pagal Panthis or Garos, they had transformed themselves politically and opposed. This was the theory presented by Shendel. Afterwards, result, if you go to see, very soon this revolt of Pagal Panthi and Garo was suppressed in the year 1827. But in result or impact, we see that British government had withdrawn the revenue, withdrew the extraction or seizing the revenue from the Pagal Panthis. So these were the Pagal Panthi rebellion. So till today, so much. If you have any problem regarding these topics what I have taught you, write down in your comment box. And what questions I have told you, the question which appeared in 2017 from Santhal rebellion for 4 marks, go and see that, get ready, causes, characteristics and all that. He also causes, characteristics I have discussed here. Okay, so till today, so much. I hope to see you in next class. Thank you very much.